Hi guys, Scott here. Wanted to give my thoughts on Mojang's recent acquisition by Microsoft. So, just to give a very brief summary for those who might not know, Notch and the other majority shareholders of Mojang recently agreed to sell Mojang to Microsoft for $2.5 billion, which, to put things into perspective, Star Wars was acquired by Disney for about $4 billion and change. So Microsoft acquired Mojang, essentially Minecraft as an intellectual property, for half of what Disney acquired Star Wars as an intellectual property for. Think about that. That's pretty intense. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So, my thoughts on the subject are that I am cautiously optimistic about where Minecraft will go after this. I'm also extremely saddened by, in the end, what happened with Notch. From my observations, it seems to me that the sale of Mojang was something that would eventually happen, was something that was destined to happen because Notch was unhappy. But in particular, I feel like it was kind of a knee jerk reaction to all of the end user license agreement drama that was happening in the Minecraft community. Because Notch has not been a part of Minecraft's development for a long time. He handed that over to Jens. So all of that to do with the EULA, or as people are calling it, the EULA, had nothing to do with him, and he was receiving a lot of anonymous hatred about it. And it wasn't his fault. He didn't have anything to do with it. And he was being hated on and receiving death threats for things that he didn't do to the game that he created. But all along, he's received a lot of hate for the direction he took the game, for a bunch of other things. And the thing you have to understand is that Minecraft started as just a little dumb project in Java for him, where he was trying to create kind of like an infinitely generating thing with caves. As far as I could tell, because I've been following the development of this game for a long time. That's what it started out as. And I remember playing the game all the way back before alpha, the pre-alpha stuff, in dev, inf dev. I remember all that. I bought the game then, and honestly, it's the best investment that I've ever made in terms of video gaming. So many hours of fun, so many friendships made as a result of it, and I spent like $5 on the game. So all I can say is thank you for making the game, Notch, because it's been a life-changing thing for me, really, which is really weird to say. Honestly, I think it's weird, but it's the truth. But it makes me, first I want to say that I don't blame Notch at all. I would have done the same thing in his position. Like if somebody tomorrow came to me and said, Scott, we want to buy your YouTube channel and we're going to give you $1 billion for the rights to your YouTube channel and you can just walk away, I would say, you know what? I'll do it. I would do it. I have no trouble admitting that. Here's my take on it. Notch selling Mojang to Minecraft hurts no one. It doesn't literally hurt anyone. It's not a violent act. And to me, I don't see how we have any right to I'm trying to search for the right word here. Certainly people can be upset, but I don't think people have the right to be outraged to the point of action. And I'm not really seeing that as a reaction in the community, but it is something that immediately came to mind when I first heard the news. I was like, oh boy, here we go. But I'm actually surprised by the positivity that I've seen towards Notch. Um, so I'm particularly sad that even though I don't blame him, and I would have done the same thing in his situation, I am kind of sad that in the end he gave up on principles that he had stuck to for a long time. Particularly stuff related to open source. Now, Minecraft is not an open source game, but it is an open platform. It's hard to get into the nuance there. Legally speaking, Mojang owned it's all going to change now with Microsoft, owned the intellectual property of the code of Minecraft, but most of the code was open and everything like that, and that allowed for the flourishing of the mod scene and all that. So I always got the feeling that Notch came from that culture of open source, and in the end, him selling to Microsoft is kind of like a slap in the face to those principles of openness and freedom. So to me, that's sad. And in the end, he originally had said that he wanted, at the very end of things, to make Minecraft an open source game. He wanted to release the entire code into the open source, and I don't see that happening at all now with Microsoft at the helm. Part of me hopes that part of the negotiation was that after a certain amount of time, Minecraft becomes open source. Because to me, the intellectual property of Minecraft is a lot more valuable than the actual code. Part of me hopes that Notch negotiated that, but the cynic in me knows that that's not going to happen. So that's the first thing I'm sad about. The second thing I'm sad about is what drove Notch to this point. The hatred, the anonymous hate that was directed toward him. Over something that he was doing as a hobby. He didn't ask for all the success that he got. He didn't go out looking for it. It just happened. Because Minecraft was a really cool idea. Being able to explore and rearrange a pre-generated world and basically have infinite Legos to mess with without any of the mess. That's what attracted me to it, was once I realized that it was basically a level a level editor and Legos all in one. I fell in love with the concept. So it's a cool game. Not the best made game ever, but it's certainly a very cool game. So I don't know. To me, it's just really sad that a dude who was just doing what he loved and it got really popular, ended up getting all of this hate and all this negativity and being thrust into the public spotlight when clearly he wasn't interested in being a celebrity. And that, in the end, especially with the EULA crap, the end user license agreement stuff, all of the crap that was shoveled toward him drove him to this point, I think. So if you're upset with Minecraft being sold, there's a good chance that at some point you directed some sort of hatred towards Notch. And I'll be the first to admit that I did some of that during beta. I was upset with the direction the game took, especially with the beta 1.8 update. That was the one right before Minecraft officially released. I never tweeted bad things at him directly. I never sent anything bad directly to him, but I did definitely say in certain circles that I was very displeased with what he was doing. I've called him greedy in the past, things like that. And it's easy to forget that what you're doing is you are leveling accusations against a real person who in many cases will probably, if not see your specific comments, will see stuff very much like it, and that the internet hive mind spewing all that stuff at someone gets awfully terrible. Like, I couldn't even imagine how I would react to having lots and lots and lots of people telling me that they hated me, that they wanted me to die, all this other stuff. I mean, can you imagine what it would feel like to have hundreds of thousands of people all screaming at you? It'd be terrible. It would be terrible. So I don't blame him at all for getting out. And I'm certainly happy that he will be happy to tinker away at whatever his heart desires coding wise for the rest of his life without any concern for need or want. So that's an opportunity that very, very few people get. So I'm happy for him in that regard, because ultimately I think he's a cool and nice person. I've never met the man. I bumped into him at Minecon. I literally bumped into him at Minecon by mistake. But I've certainly never met or talked to the guy. I do remember seeing, never interacting with, but seeing his forum posts way back in the day when he was looking for ideas about Minecraft. But yeah, so those are basically my thoughts. As for Microsoft, I am cautiously optimistic. I think that they have a lot of resources at their disposal. They're a savvy company that knows that they have to turn a profit on this significant investment. And I don't think they're going to stab the community in the back, so to speak. They probably understand that YouTube is a huge part of Minecraft's success and culture, and they're not going to touch that. And their press release today was very much in line with that. I say today, this video is going to be releasing the next day, because I don't want to release it at like midnight, which is when I'm recording this, right before hitting the bed back there. So they're a savvy company. I don't think they're going to do anything bad necessarily, but be prepared for changes, because I think changes are going to come. The thing that I'm most concerned about is that the employees at Mojang are given a choice to stay, that no one's forced out. And if they do leave, that they're given a very nice severance package so that they are taken care of going into the future as well. In addition to that, I am very optimistic and hopeful for what Minecon can now become. Because having been to one Minecon, I wasn't that impressed. Honestly, it seemed like it was poorly coordinated and didn't have much to offer. So I'm really hoping that Microsoft is able to hire a team who knows what the heck they're doing, and they're able to put on an amazing and awesome show to help this community keep growing and stay relevant for years to come. That's what I'm hoping. And I think it's entirely possible that that's going to happen. So those are just my thoughts quickly. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Am I on the right track? Am I talking out of my butt? Are you upset by the sale? Are you excited? Are you indifferent? Do you even know what Minecraft is? If not, then what are you doing here? But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave your comments. I like your comments. I like reading them. I read all of them. I don't respond to all of them, often because I'm just getting an aggregate view of what you're all thinking, and I don't have anything particular to say other than, hey, thanks for commenting or something like that, so that seems pointless. But I do read all the comments on these videos, and I do, because I have to approve them all for them to show up. So I do read them all. And if you could leave a thumbs up, I would really appreciate that as well. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.